When in satsang, when in divine communion, when in that relationship with God, using the agent, Adidar Samraj or any other Ishta, when you are in satsang, you know that you are in satsang. Whether or not anyone else can tell that you are in satsang makes no blind bit of difference. Is that the phrase? Does it make a blind bit of difference? You know yourself if you are in satsang, in divine communion. You are being graced. You are being blessed. Your body-mind is being gifted with the divine presence. It's no mean feat. It's a joy, it's a delight, it's tearful, it's moving, it's a wonderment, it's a mystery. My Ishta Adidar Samraj, this is a picture of him, has taught me the greatest lesson that anyone could be taught. What is that lesson? No matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, no matter who you are, no matter what state your circumstances are in, no matter what state your body-mind is, no matter your aches and pains, your age, your colour, your background, your history, no matter what, absolutely no matter what, God, the divine, true happiness, utter love bliss, utter ecstasy is available right now. No matter what time of the day, no matter what, understand, no matter what, those 3 words, understand those 3 words, no matter what. Simply commune with me, simply give over, surrender your feeling attention, the 2 must go together. In that place there is utter sublimity, utter peacefulness, utter restfulness. Doesn't matter what I'm saying, doesn't matter what gesticulations are happening. There's this peace, there's this restfulness. It's beyond all knowledge, beyond all acquisitions, beyond all material, this, that, and the other, beyond all creeds and dogmas and religions, beyond all vocations and vacations and professions and I am, this body-mind is truly blessed. For what I am is consciousness. But to have this body-mind being blessed with this infusion, there's none of this, it's out of the way, it's vanished, it's just absolute joy. I couldn't speak like that or this if this wasn't the case. And you know what? People complain, always complaining. I've done it. We do it. Those pesky little adverts that come up every so often on your YouTube channel. There you are, you're watching your most wonderful whatever, you're enjoying it, you're at one with it, you're intimate with it, and then this pesky little advert comes along. Well, there's no difference between that and when the guru taps you on your shoulder when you're in meditation and you're startled. The thing is, if you're in satsang, you're in satsang, no matter what is arising, and you don't give any more importance, no egoic importance, to whatever it is you want to watch and whatever it is you don't want to watch. Satsang embraces all and all. And in that disposition of satsang, you can respond, you can turn the advert off, you can respond, but you don't react. You're not startled. It's a continuous, it's not an event. Satsang isn't an event, is it? It's a continuous happening. I do love that word. Satsang itself doesn't discriminate between whatever, like air. Air doesn't discriminate. It goes in all kinds of rooms, in all kinds of buildings and non-buildings. Omniscient, omnipresent. But we've got that faculty of the mind where we can discriminate. We've got the heart that also discriminates. We know the difference between shit and shinola. Usually we get an advert right at the very beginning of a program. No advert. Bach. The Bach D major suite, number 6. We wrote 6 suites. A suite, for you, for those who don't know, is a collection of dances, French and Italian dances, sarabands, preludes, minuets, gavottes, allemands, caronnes. And this is the prelude. Absolute perfect. And then you get Alan Watts, The Art of Thinking. There you are, an advert comes on first of all.
The last cleaning spray bottle you'll ever buy.
And some of them are very interesting.
Using umpteen products to clean one room. This made cleaning even more of a chore.
Does it grab your attention?
Counter Clean works on every surface in the home.
Counter Clean.
You can replace that.
People forget about elbow grease, don't they? The art of meditation is a way of getting into touch with reality. And the reason for it is that most civilized people are out of touch with reality. Well, that's a quote by Alan Watts, apparently. It's just come up. The art of meditation is a way of getting into touch with reality. Now listen to those words, the art of meditation is a way of getting in touch with reality. Well, you are already in touch with reality, your egoic reality. But he's meaning the God reality, the divine reality with a capital R. And that's the beauty of Adida's language and speech and words, printed words. He discriminates the egoic words, small case letters, and the divine reality with uppercase letters. So the small r reality is the egoic reality, and the big R reality is the God reality. And that's what Alan Watts is. I assume that's what he's meaning here. And the reason for it is that most civilized people are out of touch with reality. I mean, most civilized. What does he mean by most civilized people are out of touch with reality? Does he mean there's a few civilized people? What about the uncivilized people? Alan Watts is very useful, at times. But you cannot beat Aditya Samraj for explaining this and this. You just cannot. Why would he want to put civilized and implying, and uncivilized people? Why can't uncivilized people be in touch with reality? And what does he mean by most? How does he know? Why is he using the word civilized anyway? And the art of meditation, as if it's an egoic skill. The art of playing the cello well, the art of this, the art of that. It reminds me of a book or a series of books. It wasn't called The Art. What was it called? The Inner Game. The Inner Game of Golf. The Inner Game of Skiing. The Inner Game of Music. The Inner Game of Cooking. There's this inner game going on. That's the small r reality. Aditya's job and what he does in satsang is to pull me away from the egoic reality, small r reality. Every time we commune, every time we're in Holy Communion, every time we're in Divine Communion, it's all the same. Every time in satsang, we are in that place that is prior to this nonsense. It takes you away from all that nonsense. And it's as if it never existed. You can be screwing yourself up in one moment. You're screwing yourself up. Screwing yourself up? What is screwing yourself? And in the next minute, it's all vanished. It's all gone. It's as if it never existed. That's why he says it's imaginary. That's why he says it's fictitious. The stillness that there is in this body-mind prior to action, prior to speech, prior to sharing, prior to spontaneity. Everybody and everything and every whatever has a use, even if it's just to say, no, don't go there. But as devotees, we have only one job, and that is to find God wherever we are. Yes, discriminate, but it's not egoic discrimination. He's not asking us to flee from circumstances for the sake of our happiness. He's asking us to flee from circumstances to him in the midst of those circumstances. I have a friend who says, oh, I don't like his energy, so I'm not going to be around him. No, as a devotee, you don't have to like his energy, but you're in that satsang, you're in that place, you're in that place to embrace. It's an embracement. When Ali Dar sat, there could be hundreds, 200, 300 people sitting in front of him. He didn't know them all. But he understood what they all could get up to. But his provement is in the garbage and the goddess period. It was a time of proving that none of it was a distraction from this disposition. Once in that reality place, only the ego pushes you away and says, I don't want to know you anymore. And goes off in a tantrum and reacts. And when you walk into a sweet shop, you're embracing all the different types of sweets. But you're not going to eat them all at once, are you? When you walk into any shop in this disposition, there is an automatic embracement. I remember when I was in my early 20s, I went into this very large store in Cheltenham, a store that, if you like, embraced or housed all kinds of material stuff, including food. And I would walk into that place and I would be so happy there, and I would say, I don't need to buy anything. I've already got it all. I'm here with it all. What an insight. I don't need to go there. I've already got it here. If I do go there, I will find what I have here there too. And Adidar said right at the beginning of my sadhana years with him, choose any condition and find me there. And he would say, well, whatever you do, wherever you are, if you're in relationship with me, you'll be fine. Just be in relationship with me. Just be in that love relationship with me. Capital M me. And people think it's me in relationship with this body-mind. It's in relationship to that state of love, happiness, joy, delight. And he's the agent. What's the big deal? What's the big deal? The ego makes everything a big deal. The ego complicates. This nonsense complicates. The joy of Godwardness. He gave a talk called that. I don't know who puts the titles to all these talks. I doubt if it was Adidar. The book, the Ishta book, for instance. What are there, 50 different chapters? That was my Bible at one time, the Ishta book. Kept reading it. Because all it was about was turning to him. So, if you're in satsang, doesn't matter whether your best program you're watching is interrupted by adverts or not. You're still in satsang. The little child walks into the room. You're still in satsang. Bump in the night, you hear, you're still in satsang. Someone farts, you're still in satsang. And if you need to respond, if you need to change a circumstance, you're still in satsang. You're feeling without limitation, you're still in satsang. So what is the rest of today going to bring forth? Will I remain in satsang? If not, will I re-find? That's hearing. You re-find immediately. You feel the self-contraction and you know you're doing it, and you go, you return immediately. If I'm talking a load of crap, tell me. Give me some thumbs up. Share these videos with people. I come over as crazy, no doubt, at times. I come over as loving at times. I come over as very happy at times. I come over as very ecstatic at times. I come over as very articulate at times. But then there may be times when I don't come over very articulate. Maybe I do come over as the clenched fist sometimes, or in moments. I can only share what is real to me. How can you share the taste of something unless you're actually tasting it right now? Can you describe the taste of orange? I don't know whether I could describe the taste of orange, even if I am tasting the taste of orange right now, but we can put certain words to all these tastes and experiences and delights. Thank you for listening. Look at the dirt, look at the smudge. Oh. Comes to mind when I was a child, I was obsessed with cleaning. If somebody was going to come to the house, I hated it when someone came in and the house was dirty or muddly. I would throw a tantrum. I would get so annoyed. I would get very annoyed if I just tidied the cupboard, putting all the jams and preserves and spices in order and everything looked really neat and tidy, and woe betide anyone who disrupted it or untidied it. I would get annoyed. So sensitive, so very sensitive. But going back to satsang, it's Holy Communion, and that purifies us, and there's no history, and it's the egoic nonsense just disappears in that place of satsang. And one's happy no matter what is arising. I've said enough. Thank you.